Okay, so when you place a side cuff, you are going to bend the participant leg and you are going to place this. Okay, but what happened is when you actually straight up a participant legs, you can see that this side is really loose and this side is really tight. What's happening is when the participant leg is bent like this, hamstring right here is contracted. So when you release it, this is a situation that you're going to create. So after the participant leg gets straightened up, what you have to do is to rewrap. And one of the things you have to do is to make sure to place those cuffs as high as you can get. And wrap it up really well with lots of Velcros. And then you're down here. Okay. Okay, another thing that I should tell you is that when you have a participant with those tapered legs, meaning that they have very large thigh, but as you get close to the knee, it's gonna be tapered. So in this case, when you put a cuff, it's gonna be like this. If I really exaggerate it, it is really tight on this, but it has lots of space on it. So in this case, what you have to do is somehow you have to angle it. If I really exaggerate it, it gets angled like this. Okay, that's how you place it, so that the one end is really tight and another end is also tight as well. But one tricky thing is that you do have a bladder right here. So if you place it something like this, okay, what's gonna happen is when a cuff gets blown up, this part is going to be expanded like this. So all you have to do to make sure is that this Velcro part is going to be small if you have to place those cuffs. So all you have to do is things like this, so that Velcro part does not really show up that well, but you do have enough Velcro to stay this. Because if you do it like this one right here, you see the Velcro part only this part. So as cuffs blown up, the cuff is gonna pop up. So that's one thing you want to avoid. Okay, so when you palpate the carotid arteries, you can palpate it on a flat conditions. But what happened is, let's say that carotid mark is right here. You are going to put a wedge. I don't have a wedge, so I'm going to use this as a wedge. Okay. So when you place wedge, one thing to make sure is to place this as tight as possible to the participant, and then let her come back, and that's how you need to do. Because if you place a wedge away from the participant, it becomes pillow, which we need to avoid. So place this as close as possible to the participant. So one thing that happens when you place a wedge is that now the participant is back is inclined. So when you are palpating carotid arteries, those marks that you previously made could move. So make sure that the mark still stays the same, and if not, you need to actually remark it and measure the distance.